Hello guys, it's June 9, 2020 and you're watching me, Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, for your daily Philippine market updates. We now highlight the chart of Nickel Asia because, as you well know, mining sector has continued to languish over I'd say the last 6 years ever since the office of Duterte held our presidency. And so you could see that Nickel Asia went all the way down from $9 to about $1.50. So far, we have seen Nickel Asia rally these past 2 weeks, rallying from 150 to 2 peso 09 cents. And there's a very strong volume accompanied with this rally. Now, we know that mining sector is the worst performer in the Philippine market. And as you could see, all over the world, the worst stocks are getting a lot of loving by bargain hunting. So far, the move is from 147 to 220. Let's take a look how high this can move and any retracements, if any, for a risk-reward entry point for those who don't have this name and wants to make an entry. So far, we are seeing that the unloved sector is getting the most love. Basically, it's a sympathy play. This is true for a lot of names, Semirara, Philex Petroleum, and so far Nickel Asia. These are your top three components, as well as Philex Mining, top four components in your mining sector. So, so far we're seeing a 50% move in just a few weeks. So that's 2 weeks. There could be resistance here at about 220. But as you could see, ever since June, there is starting a lot of volume. So we could say that any prices from 160 to 220 is being bought by the market with volume. So as the prices increase, the volume increase, it means that there are bulls willing to support this on any dip. So let's estimate how low it can go if we entered here. How would we enter? I'd need to teach you the power of threes. The power of threes is making sure that if you buy, you're buying three levels. Let's assume you buy 209. You have to buy somewhere here as well for a downtick here at about 192 and a potential drop here at about 1.83 or 174. So generally speaking, you want to allocate, if you wanted to enter a strong moving train, something like this, you see the strong volume, you see the strong price action. How do you enter, and what if you don't get the entry point that you want? The way to do it is, let's assume that you are trying to enter a 100,000 peso position here. What you want to do is enter 30,209, enter another 30,000 pesos here at 192. Lastly, enter 30,000 at 174. That way, whether it goes up and up without any retracements, at least you have 1/3 position in. Now, if there are retracements, then you get your entry points filled in the other two levels as well. So far, we're seeing that the unloved sector is, of course, getting some love these days. And so Nickel Asia is a name that I want you to put on your watch list. Let's also look at the other name, of course, Semirara. We're seeing that the mining sector is trying to make that mini rally in the market. You could see mining and oil following suit after the move of your services, your holdings. So sector-wise, mining sector really lagged the entire market, and so it's getting some love. In mining sector, we highlight Semirara. Of course, it had a lot of volume yesterday. You could see that from 11, it has moved 1450. Semirara Power, take note that right now, it will continue to still have resistances here at about 17. Not a good... the sector is really badly hit, as you know. So these are just rallies that you have to be very careful of. We're seeing a lot of toxic names abroad, toxic assets going up. So this is more like a rally, more like a reprieve or sympathy love really to the bad names. What we're seeing here is that supports are found somewhere at about 13 and 12. Volume is there, so you could see that this is a momentum move. Mining sector getting some loving. Now, resistance at 16. I'd say that there's also that potential movement on your not just bad stocks, but also good names that had an earnings move. So we've seen All Home reported strong move. Take note that at 6, it went to 750 after strong earnings. Small flag, then continuation up. These movements can go all the way to about 960 give or even 10 given their strong earnings front. For those who don't know, take a look at our coverage on All Home. All Home reported earnings going up 30%. And revenues going up 40%. So it's a growth story. So you might want to check that out. Among good earnings names, if you want, Pure Gold continues to be a good name. So far, the holdings segment, the services segment, the consumer staples, due to the rotation to the bad names, have been slightly pausing down. You could see that any drops of Pure Gold, even at 44 or 45, can be accumulated. You want to enter in tranches. So by here, even on drops at 42, don't get scared, as earnings are there. So sales is there, earnings are there, upgrades are there for companies that are doing well on an earnings front. So we still think that Pure Gold will break that 48 level mark and go somewhere to about 50 or 60 level within the next few quarters. So there's a lot of catalysts for good names, so don't ever forget that if you have cash and you want to buy good names, Pure Gold is one of them. Now, earlier, we said that PLDT and Globe were falling down. Take note that in a 10-year format, PLDT is trading at your 10-year lows. Take a look on PLDT's chart. PLDT is trading at less than 12 times multiple. A lot of people need their internet, so we think that PLDT can go here at about 1,400 pesos. Those who want to bargain hunt can continue to bargain hunt. Any drops on the good names are considered opportunistic buying levels, meaning you want to buy them on weakness. So yesterday, some people tried to bargain hunt at 1142. Some people bought today at 1190. We could see that so far, all we know is that PLDT, all the good names are being sold down by the market because they're rotating on bad names. It's a sympathy play. But take note that when you see the good names fall down, don't hesitate to buy low and accumulate them on low entries. So we're seeing that today could be the first day. It could rally higher next few days. But even if PLDT goes down here about 5% to 1130 or 1160, continue buying low. As you could see that these 10-year lows of PLDT might be the opportunities that you want for a 20-30% return. You got a good return. You could sell it at 1314. Plus, PLDT, of course, every year pays you about 7% yield. PLDT just recently paid about 36 pesos during this time in March, and it will report it paid 39 pesos. So next two quarters, it will pay again. So this is a decent dividend play for you, plus good earnings and broadband. For those who don't know, PLDT is a company that we believe is the most resilient company in the Philippines. It is considerable, Globe and Tel. Number one, you have to understand that broadband connectivity is a very, very important thing. I think I made a video on PLDT. I will reshare that on my link on why the earnings of PLDT is great, and you want to have it in your portfolios, good opportunities to buy while everyone is distracted with bad names. So good names can be bought while everyone is distracted buying bad companies. Globe Telecom, of course, if it goes down near 2-1, keep on buying. First day up, it will still continue to go 2-3. This is still on an all-time high zone. So right now, you could trade the range 2-1 to 2-3, while everyone, of course, is fixated with your bad names. Let's talk about bad names for a second here. What happened to your bad names? Okay, Cebu Pacific and Airlines Macro Asia continues higher, but we could see that there are some people, casinos continued higher, Mrs. G gets some loving. Take note that Mrs. G had been lagging because of that bad earnings that the first quarter 2020. Earnings slipped for about 86%. But we think that going forward, all the bad news is priced in for this name. So it still continues to trade at about 5 times multiple. And with the ongoing situation of high sentiment going for bad names, we could see laggards keep on climbing. What are the examples of laggards? Laggards are your energy names. So you could see that Petron was very strong. Shell Philippines hasn't. Let's take a look. Sorry for the noise. Lot of people in the office, so please bear with me. Okay, so we were saying that Carnage names were getting some love. Petron really moved from 2 peso to 340, but Shell Philippines, owing to the fact that they delayed their dividends this year, got really hammered down. For those who don't know, Shell Philippines is off almost about 90%. Let's see, how low has Shell Philippines gone down? It had an IPO of 70 pesos per share. Shell Philippines today is trading about 73% down from its lows. So from a risk-reward perspective, we're thinking that Shell Philippines so far will be bought on retracements. Pardon for the sound in the voice. There will be buyers here at about 19 with a rally move risk-reward to about 26. So any drops here, you could see the volume is picking up. So we can see bad names. Take note, the theme of reopening is bad names get the love. Toxic assets are being bought. So Shell Philippines goes up from about 16 to about 20. That is the first move. Any retracements here can be considered a buy. Meaning, if you're buying 2065, you buy again at 19 for your reward to 26. So remember that the theme is bad names, bad names, bad names. You'll understand bad names better when you listen to me on my global market updates. I'd like to highlight that we give global market updates as well. So take note how bad names have reacted pretty strongly. No, this is a bad name. So Hertz, this is a bankrupt company in USA, from about 50 cents all the way to about $6. So far, there's really that momentum on bad names. Chesapeake Energy went from about $9 to 76. So we could see that the momentum going forward for the bad names is gonna make these bad names spike. So bad names like mining, bad names like energy. So these are bad names. So energy drilling, oceaneering went from about $2 to 8.84. So if you want to focus on some bad sectors, I'd say that Shell Philippines has leeway to go to about 26. Risk reward is still in your favor. Nickel Asia could go reward wise. I think you can go to about 240 to 260. But on the good name space, you want to enter names like PLDT because it's still a lot. I would say that from a 10-year forward, 10-year outlook, it is so low right now that you could enter and make a 7% yield, 6% yield at these levels. Buy it at 1,190, but leeway to buy it at 1,1 or even 1,000. Just remember the power of threes. Scale in, ladder into your positions, go in, go low, go lower, go lowest. And when you sell high, sell higher, sell highest. So people are very surprised with the rally because the rally is a function of two things. It's about expectations of a faster than economic recovery, and it's really about money flow. So if you take a look on your money flow, let's take a look on your statistics. No, money flow wise, the index today at 6,580 continues to get love, continues to get bought. Let's see, index. Let's go to your index. So you've got 135 advancers, market value of 7.8 billion pesos. You've got good names like Pure Gold getting sold down as they rotate to the bad names. Example of bad names, of course, the energy, the mining sector, the casinos. That theme hasn't fully been finished yet. And so if you are a buyer of bad names like energy names, being a contrarian still will give you a good payoff. So so far what we're seeing is that worldwide, um, the bad names, whether it's in the brick and mortar retail, whether it's in the department store sector, whether it's in the airline, the energy, all your bad names are rising as a function of momentum. You could say that liquidity, the money is also there. So with all that momentum and short squeezes on the bad names, there will be potential higher moves for those that haven't truly are risen. Let's look at your more bad names, no? Let's take a look on this, the sectors with bad names. So we know that SM and AC have risen fully, but how about like the lagging names, Lucitan Group and AGI? So LTG so far getting some love as well. Take a look on your volume. Not as much volume yet, but 7 to 950. These are still around, so like it's about 10-year lows, almost 8-year lows. So you're seeing that any drops to 8 will be bought out. Same for AGI. Let's take a look at AGI. AGI is the owner of your Mega World, Emperador, owner of primarily those things. Also owns Sun City, which is your Resorts World in Bay Area. So this one is a casino play. So right now it's still steady here at the 127. No volume yet, but you can pick it up from a risk-reward perspective as well. Bad names can go higher, just like what we saw. So SSI can continue higher. This is still getting trapped here at the 140. But we're seeing that this is a higher low move. And with retail abroad skyrocketing, let me tell you how retail abroad is moving. Capri Holdings is already up from 4 to 23. Capri Holdings sells Jimmy Choo shoes, Michael Kors bags, and Versace. So how did other retail stocks do? PVH, the owner of Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, from about 25 to 69. TPR Tapestry, owner of Coach and Kate Spade bags, going from about 12 to 18. So worldwide, there is a rally on your brick and mortar retailers that it's conceivable to see actually SSI break out of 140 to go above 1.6 or 1.65. Definitely, there's love being given to the unloved sector. So this is like so people are bargain hunting on 95% down companies, 90% down names. Macy's, for instance, a department store abroad gets bailed out, $4.5 billion financing. It opens after hours at 10, 11 tonight. Nordstrom also getting bought out after a $500 million loss. So basically, the market is investing, or not really investing, but trading lottery tickets for a 100% move. And I'd say that with that concept in mind, you might have to consider that Shell Philippines here at 2065 has room to run to about 26 rather than going down. Any drops at 19 will now be bought by bulls. So that's it, really. Be cognizant of the market situation. Your least loved sectors are carrying your rally. So we're still in a bear market rally, but that doesn't mean that there's no money to be made. We've seen how, if you remember, we said that Cebu Pacific at 33 presented a great risk reward because you had a 3 peso loss, but a 17 peso gain. 33 can go to 50, or 33 can go to 30. So what's important for you to know is that when you allocate your risk-reward ratios to the right names, right entries, you could meet that reward. So yeah, because right now the index is near your resistance. Index at 66 is pretty high. Not much reward if you're going to continue trading PSEI names. So a lot of the market traders have been rotating to the beaten down names. The risk reward is in your beaten down names. Take note that when Bloom rallied all the way, I said that it was trading at 9, so it was not inconceivable to see Bloomberry go higher. So far, from about 5 to 9 to 8, sorry, it could go to 9. But here at 8, it's 1 peso reward to 9 and a risk of going back to 7 or 6. So take a look on your risk reward when you're buying stocks. PLC is laggard. It could go here to about 45. So at 36, 37, people are still continuing to buy for a rally move to about 40 to 44. So always be cognizant about your risk reward ratios when you are trading names in the market. Given that the restaurants abroad have really skyrocketed, as I said, you could see that Jollibee is getting love. Restaurants got love, 108 all the way now to 138. The V move after that bad move. The bad move started when the poultry chicken, there's a chicken oversupply, and also the 7 billion capex, and also their 2 billion peso loss in the first quarter. Given the reopening, people are cognizant that if people can start going outside their homes, maybe they can buy more goods or at least take out delivery from Jollibee. That reopening hopes is fueling this rally. The rally can go as high to 150 to 160. Now, Cebu Pacific and JGS beneficiaries, no? So you could see airlines getting all the love. Macro Asia is now at 7. Rally potential at, I think, maximum here at about 8. So from a risk reward standpoint, time it's really very frothy already for MAC or SEB or JG Summit. So careful out there. There will be some rotation. I think there will be rotation moves in the market. Nothing wrong for those who want to make an entry. Just wait for the right entry points. But from a trading standpoint, I'd go for Nickel Asia. You can enter 2 until 180, and then you'll go for Shell Philippines, which is an energy name. Yeah, so mining and energy, the least loved sectors could get some love. Okay, that's it for the Philippines. See you on every day, and hope you watch us here at Awesome 10X. Please don't forget to subscribe and share to your friends. Bye bye.